what do I owe the pleasure? I just wanted to see how the town's been faring since you brought everyone together. Since we brought everyone together, all is absolutely wonderful. Conrad and Natalie's hands remain safely away from each other's throats and firmly at the helm. Our stores are full, and the bandits still too disorganized to raid them. Just as the good Lady Jane and Lord Underhill intended.
Are you a lord? Lubor's going to be one too. They're going to make him the Lord of Dalamil, because of how he stopped all the grown-ups from fighting.
It's the mayor of Dalamil, dear child, and the vote hasn't taken place just yet. But if the people wish me to lead them, I shall. And my first act will be to build a school so that menaces like you two learn not to interrupt your elders. Speaking of menaces, there may be a rather worrying one just over the horizon. May there indeed. I'm afraid the example Conrad and Natalie set in putting aside their differences and presenting a united front might have caught the bandits' attention. And they might have elected to take a similar approach. They have formed what one could call a League of Outlaws, and they grow more organized by the day.
We'll fight them all off just like last time, no matter how many of them there are. Won't we, Lubor?
Of course we will. If we continue to work together, we can overcome any challenge we choose to face. The longer we avoid facing this one, the more difficult it will be. Until the only way to overcome it might be to run for the hills. Our best hope is to nip these efforts at organization in the bud, by finding those ne'er-do-wells who have yet to join the cause, and ensuring that they never do. Perhaps a certain Lord Underhill might be willing to lend us his aid once more? How could I refuse? Thank you, my lord. Victor will fill you in on the particulars. I have him stationed by the desert gate, receiving and collating reports from my scouts. Such an amenable soul. He reminds me of you. I'll go and speak with him.
What's the difference between
The League of Outlaws. Sounds like we have some competition. Still in Dalamil, Victor?
Ah, Sid.
I thought you'd have returned to Cosnes by now.
I did. Then I came back. I've developed something of a fondness for the place. And having worked so hard to see it saved from unfit sentiment, Master Lubor certainly...
You're not the only one.
What does he want?
He asked for my aid in putting down the... and he said that you might be able to help me.
You've come at just the right time. There are more camps in the vicinity, but we must strike together, and we must...
All right.
There's one upriver. Just out there.
Leave it with me. Come on. There's Ned. That must be the camp Victor mentioned. Come on then, Toggle.
That's him! The one who killed Locke on his finger! Take his head off!
I'd better let Victor know.
Sid, where are you? Ah, I see the bandits didn't pose you any trouble.
No, but...
No.
What is it?
The whole town is saying that Lubor...
What?
Seems that one of our parties wasn't as thorough as they should have been. They let one of the bandits escape, and some of the children spotted him when Lubor found him, and without a crystal.
That's not possible.
It is, if he's a bearer and has been hiding it all these years. If he has, well, I wouldn't blame him. Still, all those people see is a man who's lied to them all his life. One who has made a leap.
Fuck.
I don't know where we go from here, but I know one.
You're right. And now, I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just such an occasion. And, well, it was bound to come out.
We're sorry, Lubor.
But we just could.
There's nothing to be sorry for. All that matters to me is that you two...
Look at him talking to his betters like it's nothing. All lies, I'll wager. Just like
Once people make up their minds, we need to do something. Convince the people not to let their prejudices blind.
Right.
I'm glad you and Madalmek, you had to make Conrad and Natalie win. They know that Lubor and I are friends. Lord Underhill of Randalar's League of Merchants, however, is a trust.
I'll do what I can. Lubor, I can't promise anything, and that is...
What do you mean, don't jump?
Why do they always have to make such fuss?
You all along when he was...
Forgive me for disturbing you, but... Could I have a moment of your time?
I've seen your...
As have I. Lord Underhill, wasn't it? The rumours that he's a bit...
He'll never be man now.
But what if his wares? Bearer or no, his steel... In this at least, he's done the town a service.
Leniency? He pretended to be one of us when he was laughing behind our back.
I'm sorry, my lord, but he lied to us.
So what do you propose?
Will it perhaps? And they will thank you not to get...
The townsfolk have made their minds up.
Nor I.
You never know. Once their anger is cooled.
All right.
Why the hell would Victor take the tears?
I assume the situation is hope. There's still hope. But perhaps...
You mustn't think like that, Lubor. We'll talk some sense into this.
No, and your efforts would be...
But Lub...
Rosina would often tell me that steel does not lie. Let a blade yourself be true. Now, rather an ironic one when you consider that her life was taken with a blade, but I do not doubt that she was always true to her, and so must I be. I must do... And now, I must embrace my new role of villain so that the people of Dalim, for only united can they hope to stand against the threat. I'll need to make a suitably...
Don't go, Lubor.
We'll be all alone.
Trust me, little ones. It is for the best that I go.
How could it possibly be for the best? The least you can do is give the townspeople a chance to change.
I would not take it.
Over. And so just like that, they're going to throw this... I thought you were better than that, but it seems you had me.
Victor.
Forget it.
Are you sure you're making the right choice? Of those available to me, but where are my manners? Here. Right then. I have packing to do. I'll... What's happened? Cards keys blew right off, Benny.
Ah, Clive, you'll be pleased.
That is good news.
Yes. Our comrade in Rand. I still have much and more to prepare. You couldn't do me a quick favor.
What is it this time?
Nothing like that. I just need you to go over to the caravans and ask Elle how long we have until find out exactly how much faster I need to get all these.
All right.
Thanks, Clive.
Don't blame yourself, Elle. This is their... I know, no buts up.
Is something wrong?
Bonnie came to give me a message from our the talks with the Republican Army. They've reached an agreement with the Silver Peak Consort. Their prices have fallen of late. We deliberately offered above the going rate to try and deter other big, but the consortium offered double what we did, and the Army jumped at the chance.
You had no opportunity to make a...
None at all.
Elle? I saw Vonnie...
And with good reason.
But I thought we were the only ones the Fist were speaking to about the... How did the consortium even find...
It's not so surprising. This isn't over. The consortium will have to sell these bearers eventually, and at the price they paid, buyers will be few and far between. I'm going to Randalar myself.
Alone?
Are you offering to be my bot? How kind. Meet me at the checkpoint near the capital gates. I'll send an owl ahead and request a meeting. You go to Cashlock, Theo, and get everything ready. We've waited far too long as it is. Even if I fail to free these bearers, someone needs to prepare the place and keep any prowling beasts...
Oh, and that's me. Well... Looks like I'm following orders till she gets back from meeting the Silver Peak Consortium, who've been doing their best to undermine our scheme. She'll never join them after this, surely. No, she said it herself. She still has plans for Cashlock. Even if this one falls, she means to stay with us then. I can't say I'm not happy to hear it.
You have to trust her.
You're right. And if Elle's off fighting for the cause, I should do. So I bid you farewell, and I'll gather my men and leave for Cashlock. We'll make sure that you go to Randalar and see if you can stop my...
I'll do my best. All right. To Randalar then. I'd better not keep Eloise waiting. No use calling Ambrosia now. What I wouldn't give for it.
Looks like this is the end of it for us.
When are they gonna let us through?
This is no time to ride. Ready, go? Run like the wind. Be safe. straight home now. I hope I didn't keep you waiting. Did you arrange to speak with the consortium?
Here they are now.
You wish to consult with me?
I did. It's about that we had all but finished making arrangements to buy them ourselves.
You misunderstand. The consortium had... It was only our regard for you that kept us from bidding. But your hesitancy in accepting our offer to you suggested that the regard was not, and so we resumed.
I did not hesitate. I am simply not inclined to make such decisions without first giving them due consideration. But what is done is done. Come then. How much do you want for them?
Alas, we rarely take on such unconventional merchandise, but the bearers belong to him.
Who is your buyer?
A trader from a most demanding fellow. He insisted the bearers be fed, dressed. Even that's what you get when you deal with continental...
I wouldn't know.
Oh yes, the culture on the continent is... They pay good money for bearers, not fit for the knackers' yard. And treat them like kings.
That does sound no matter then. If they've already left our shores, there's little that can be done. Allow me, and with it, my interest in joining your organization.
My associates will be sorry to hear it.
I'm sorry you weren't able to...
As am I. He was right. The Silver Peak Consortium did intend to buy those bearers, but their representative hinted at a possible purchase. I feigned interest in joining them in the hope he might be encouraged to tell me more. As soon as he left, I sent my own offer to Randall up.
So you...
No. I entertained the consortium's proposal solely so I could learn more about them. I was a fool to think they wouldn't find out. I knew exactly who I was dealing with.
You tried.
I did. And they deserved more. I wanted so badly to...
Eloise! Word from Cashlock. The village, a pack of beasts have come down from the mountains. Theo and the others are trying to hold them off as best they can. They need help. And
Theo!
I'll go on ahead.
Thank you, Clive. I'll gather some men and join you there. Just...
Hold on, Theo. I'm coming. What I wouldn't give for a hot meal.
Looks like it's the end of the road for us.
When are they gonna let us through?
Good girl. Fly, Ambrosia. Run like the wind. talk from here.
What's the situation?
Where's Theodore?
Upriver!
He led the dragon that way to keep it from the village.
But the Hawk just have to pray he makes it out.
I can do better than that. any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does. Looks like it's found me. This thing's turned as well. This isn't going to be easy.
Hello. Hi there, Thomas. It is. This is Final Fantasy 16, Thomas. Oh, I died. Rip. Oh no. I have to do that bit again.
I needed that. creatures have already turned.
Well, that got rid of that pretty quickly.
I can't waste any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does. Looks like it's found me. This thing's turned as well. This isn't going to be easy.
Yeah, that's true. Ow. Oh. Ow. Oh no. Yeah. Where's the controller go, Basil? Ay, ay, ay. Dragon be dead though.
Theodore, you had me worried for...
Oh no.
We have to get you out of here. I think it might be a little too late for that. Bearer all know there's only so much ether a man can take, and that Drake just wouldn't let me leave. You have my thanks, Sid, for finishing what I could not, for keeping Elle's dream. Theodore! And so will you! Take care of my sister. Theodore, wait.
Goodbye. Oh.
Thank you, Clive. I think I'll be all right now.
That was true bravery he showed. Leading the dragon away from the village like that. His first instinct was always to protect people. To put others' well-being before his own.
And now he's gone. Because I sent him to that place, against his will.
It wasn't against his will. He was ready to do whatever it took to show you he could stand on his own. So that you would finally be free to live your own life.
To live my own life? He never could come to terms with the choice I made.
What exactly happened? You once told me Theo was the first bearer you ever helped.
We grew up in Canva. We were born to one of the great trading houses. And I was chosen to inherit the family business. I had my father's head for figures, you see. Theo did not. While I studied the art of commerce, he played at soldiers instead. A late bloomer, in more ways than one. For unlike most bearers, it wasn't until his 15th summer that his powers awakened. My parents tried to drive him out of the house and into the care of the constables. But before they could, I took him into mine.
Theo told me something else. He clearly admired your devotion to the cause of freeing others like him from slavery. But he said you deserved a better life than this. He wanted to free you from what he called your bonds, just as you freed him from his.
I would be lying if I said I had not wondered from time to time how much easier my life might have been if I had allowed Theo to be taken and devoted myself to the family business instead. But I have never regretted the decision I made. Being with my brother meant more to me than tradition or reputation. I only had to look at him to remind myself of that night and the choice I made and the fact that I would make the same choice again in a heartbeat. He was never a burden. How could he even think that? If anything, I was the one who weighed him down.
You weren't, Eloise. He said it himself, that he had always been grateful to you for saving him, and that he wanted to repay you by letting you live the life you were denied. Neither you nor Theo weighed each other down. You loved one another. You did whatever was necessary to continue living your lives together, and you always would have.
You're right. All I ever wanted, all I ever did, it was so we could be together. Oh, Theo, why did you have to... I know Theo wanted me to move on, But I'm staying here at the Crimson Caravans to continue our work. We can make a difference here. We can help people. Save them. I need nothing more from life than that. So I'll carry on doing what we do. Ensuring that goods, people, bearers get where they need to be. Bringing smiles to people's faces, just like we always have. And to Theo's, wherever he is. This is the life I have chosen. The life I will always choose.
I've made a choice of my own. To continue helping you however I can. Whenever you need it.
Thank you, Clive. Let's go on together then. For Theodore. The Crimson Caravans is my family business now, and I would not exchange it for the world. I brought Theo here to be safe.
Clive, I was just about to send. I'd like you to take something, seeds, for planting. Thought it was about, I'll keep providing them with whatever they need in the meantime, but if these poor's going to survive, as of those poor bearers, they've lived their whole lives in servitude. Small wonder they ain't got the foggiest how to provide for themselves. And if you're wondering why you, well, the wagoneers taking supplies up that way have been coming back with more and more reports of a cat. Sir Wade's putting a brave face on it, but I think
All right.
There. That should be enough to keep them in Gazal greens for a few years at least.
Gazal greens?
Not the most mouth-watering crop, I'll admit. But they're hardy, they grow fast, better that than something that'll wither away at first, and chocobos love them too, which is no small thing. When I say all of us need to pull together to get Eastpool back on its feet, I mean all of us. They ain't exactly succulent, but cook 'em right and they're...
I'll take your word for it.
Anyway, Sir Wade'll know what. I'll go up there and show...
I'm sure you...
Build a barricade so sturdy. What brings you to...
A delivery from...
These are Gazal green seeds. Martha's keen to cut the apron strings, then. I jest, of course. You see, but they'd long since gone to seed. Only without the seeds.
Martha was hoping you might be able to show the bearers how to plant so that they'll be able to fend for...
That's not a... These bearers had only recently escaped their... They know little of freedom, of providing... Unless we teach them how to live like free men, I fear that all we have achieved... Not that myself and the Guardians have been the best example to them so far. It's about time we all started to... Unfortunately, we've been a little too busy of late to focus...
The Horde is... They're coming, Sir Wade.
Oh, damn it all. I thought we'd... Gather the men in the square. Send to the rest...
Yes, Sir...
The Horde.
Akashic, a veritable legion of them. They've been seen prowling around the north. We don't have the numbers to hold back a swarm.
Now you're out of time.
Precisely. If reinforcements...
What if you could call on reinforcements?
You mean the bearers? We brought them here so they might live, not...
So wait. You said you lacked men to defend the village. Though they may not be trained soldiers like your guardians, what help they are able to offer could still prove that...
You're right, Milo. I will. My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
You would send us to the slaughter, to serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you. Say what you will, a home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for. Sir Wade fights to give you lot a chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free. And you got one, didn't you? This place, Eastpool. This is your village. Your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it. You know I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you. Everything. Your homes, your freedom, your very lives. So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you? Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves? Or will you fight like free men and women?
What are you doing?
All right. Give me a sword. I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it. I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together. For Eastpool! For Eastpool!
Thank you, Martha.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing, that you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
Well, if it was numbers you were lacking,
Thanks to you.
Lord Rossfield,
So what's the plan?
we'll divide our forces into several small detachments. Upon engaging with the Akashic, each detachment will keep...
You're going to lure them into...
I am. We will have neither the time nor the resources to treat the wounded, so injuries must be avoided at all costs. By coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from among the bearers, we will aim to have the swarm converge at a point of arc with luck. That point will be the village square. The perfect place for our most able warriors to surround, and for you and I to fit
A sound plan, but one that'll require a leader with it. I'd say you have both in abundance, Sir Wade. Please, leave the last...
Sir Wade!
Then you know what you must. We work together, each shielding the other that no man might... For Rosaria!
For Rosaria!
We've no time to argue, my lord.
And I will do as you are.
Suppose we'd better do our bit too, then, eh? Right.
The calm before the storm. And here it comes. Not let this village fall.
Fighter!
like that's the last of them.
Lord Rossfield!
What is it?
Owl from the rest. An Akashic curl's been sighted on Rhiannon's ride and is headed in their direction.
Well, the better half of her guard is here. So wait, how many Akashic remain in East Pool?
Hard to say. My men are still facing some resistance, but I could order a detachment or two to...
No. Let them... You stay here too, Sir Wade. I'll go after the curl. Join me only when East Pool is won.
If you're May the Founder protect you.
Next one's mine. I might...
All right. Back to East Pool.
Lord Rossfield, the curl, is it?
It's dead.
Thank the we were able... I have guardians posted around the... I hesitate to say it.
I think it...
We saved... Thank you, my...
No, Sir Wade. You brought us together.
We never had nothing to call our, but now we do.
Forgive us, but there's no doubt we're free men. We have to fight.
And we shall. This is our home.
They'll have us.
Come on, then.
This village isn't gonna...
They're not slaves.
No. Your father took pity on the bear, and I believe if he was still with us today...
I believe he might be...
I shall remain here, my lord. After all, this is my home now, too. And I could...
I think you'll find it's East Pudlian, Sir Wade. But you should be proud, all this... I'll have to pull my weight, too. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back.
Can we continue to count on your...
Of course. And us Rosarians have got...
Indeed we...
And Clive, come by the Golden Stables when I ain't paid you for delivering...
All right.
Lord Rossfield. Clearing the goblins from the Stillwind. There's one side that since that day there have been more than a few times when the odds seemed so... But every time I to be a sheep. Know that whatever trial...
So wait, you have always been... I know that East... And indeed all of...
Thank you. I know the rest of the world.
The hero? It's lucky you came. Not only did my seeds get delivered...
I just did what...
And it's only... Take it before...
Thank you, Mother.
So, he's pulled... And a home to free bear...
Well, it was your...
I know that, but... I never stopped to think what it would mean. Though I suppose the rest ain't much... You know, bearers living free like that. Loath as I am to recall that.
I take it you didn't always see eye to...
Well, if you really want to know, I started doing... In fact, that's how I met him. Or at least... He showed up at the stables one day, asking questions about who'd been buying up bearers. Founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. Running a hunt, poking around in their innards. Something off me. I thought he was a new constable. Thought the game was up. But something before I knew it, the cheeky arse was rattling on at me about how I was doing it all. Told me I was giving them relief, but not freedom. That my bearers were still dying. It got right under my skin, it did. Told him if he didn't like it, he could bugger off. And you know what he did? And then I did the same. We made a pact that day.
And you what?
Well, we both wanted the same thing, just like your dad. Do you know I was born right around the time Elwyn became Archduke? Growing up, he certainly didn't lack for ambition, that...
Indeed, but the loftier one's ambitions. Which is why those of us who follow in their footsteps need to finish what people like Sid and...
Suppose you're... And if we don't manage it, good thing we've got a few half-decent sorts. It's almost enough to give you a little bit... Anyway, better get back to work. Let's see about making everyone some dinner. The least the folks who saved Eastpool deserve is a hot meal. And you and me ain't gonna save the world on an empty...
That sounds like a wonderful... Village is turned. No need to ride from here. This is no time to ride. Let's go. Faster! You deserve a rest. It's us or them. It's dead now. Whatever it was.
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them. It's a wonder they can still walk.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Come to claim your just desserts? All yours. Here you are. Come again. I may have more for you.
Heard the bad news then.
What bad news?
About Dravost. Blackthorn's old haunt. Well, anyway, the mine's just down the road from there.
And the village?
Safe from the flood for now. Zoltan and the others are living on borrowed time. Doris sent a few curse breakers to keep an eye on things, but there's only... if something ain't done soon.
I won't let that...
Didn't think you...
Does Black...
I thought it might be better if he didn't. You reckon we should tell him?
No.
Yeah, well...
So Dravost is still standing. For now, at least.
Would you like to see my wares? Thank you. Here you are. Thank you. Anything else you don't want? Thanks. Anything else you don't want? I'll take it off your hands. Thanks. Anything else you don't want? Go safely now.
Clive!
And the Akashic?
Mostly off to the north still. But I spoke to Doris's scouts and it turns out things are worse than I thought. Told old Snotty to be ready to seal the north. Enough for the villagers to barricade.
Well done.
Welcome. I'd never have guessed, you know.
Who'd have thought keen to help us?
I am.
Thought you could sneak.
Blackthorn.
Oh, what are you doing here?
One of the scouts couldn't keep his voice down. Unlike my best mate who didn't think I deserved to know. Zoldan, how long's it been? Long enough for us two to turn into a pair of old codgers, I suppose.
That your idea of an apology?
Don't listen to him. You only did what you thought was best.
But that ain't the whole of it. Vulcan, our master, he left it to me. The best blacksmith in Dravost. Bloody stupid tradition. If someone's got talent, you should let them practice their craft, not ask them to settle petty feuds and barter for grain. Our master wasted half his life that way. I wasn't about to let that happen.
So you wasted half of mine instead.
You're what Dravost need. Under me and my precious ideals, this place wouldn't have lasted a year. So I left to devote myself to the work and spare you lot the I may be a selfish prick, but...
What you had to do was your duty!
Even if it meant we all starved?
Enough. You can finish beating each other up once Dravost is...
Fine.
Yeah.
Sorry, Clive. Short enough on time, is it? Still, give us a mo, would you? You,
We can't have...
Right you are. Don't want any nasty... Oh, and...
Akashic on them.
How close to them?
Within sight of the walls. Now watch right...
Good idea.
Understood.
I'm prepared to fight if I have to.
Well, let's hope you don't. Once the scouts are inside, order your men to barricade. No heroic last stands, you hear me? No fighting at all if...
August's right. I've seen what Akashic beasts can do. The people here are tough and willing, but they ain't equipped to face what's coming.
I'm going out there. Start work on the gate.
And if they kill you?
You evacuate. It won't come to that. Take good care of Drum.
Leave it to me, and...
All right. Is that it? Apparently not. They're not getting past me. Nice try. Nice boy.
Soil and stone!
Now, the question is, did I miss any?
Man alive! You still in one piece!
I slew as many as I could.
As many as I could, he says. The old bleeding lot, more like it. Well, almost.
Only almost.
Yeah, one or two did try to sneak over the wall. But we got the bastards, don't you worry.
Good. Though you do know, more will come in time.
In time, yeah. But we can...
Sid! You're even more fearsome than your reputation. Enough to give those Akashic monsters nightmares. But mostly...
I'm afraid I've only delayed the inevitable. There's no getting rid of that ether flood, meaning that any living thing which stumbles into those mines will end up clawing at your walls again.
And that's if the flood don't spread. I hate to say it, but the village's days are numbered.
That may be, but with ether floods springing up all over, it's no less safe. We'll fortify the gates to the north, and I'll see that they're guarded day and night.
All right. Then we'll give you...
As for you, Blackthorn, that's twice you've turned up when Dravos needed you. So, thanks.
I shouldn't have stayed away so long. And I shouldn't have left without talking it over with you first.
Too bloody right you shouldn't. Though I doubt I'd have listened. I always envied you. You leaving gave me the perfect excuse, and from that day on I never once stopped to wonder what it would have been like if you'd stayed. You'd have been the death of this place.
Finally. I hope you see the sense of it eventually.
Alive, perhaps. Wealthy even, but... our work used to be the pride of Dalmek. Now, we churn out the same rubbish day after day. It's not about the craft. I wouldn't send my sons to war wearing the shit most of our smiths are making. I've kept working, honing my skills, trying to lead by example, but the average castle apprentice has as much passion for the craft as our current lot. Come back to us, Blackthorn. I'll even man those bellows of yours if it means we can work at the same forge.
That's a kind offer. Kinder than I did. There's people who trust their lives to my steel. But that doesn't mean I couldn't visit from time to... Let's see if we can't rekindle this town's passion for the crop.
I'd like that.
Just be sure to tell Snotty to let me in the next time I come...
I never thought I'd see that.
I'd say that went pretty well, wouldn't you?
Even better than I'd...
Sid.
And this is?
A token of a... but... designs for a certain sword have been passed down from...
Now hold on, Zolt. There's a reason no one's made that blade in centuries. There's no... I'll admit your cinders make impressive steel. And I've learned to hone an edge. Odin would be proud. But the engravings on that thing are in... And they're not just for show.
Have you forgotten what brought you back to Dravos? I knew I'd never surpass you with the hammer and tongs. So I turned my hand between the two of us.
Clive, you wouldn't mind if Zolt...
As long as he can keep up.
Right. Zoltan, get your tools.
Don't tell me we've run out of pep. Still alive, are you? Go on, then. You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know. The stew's awfully full.
Ah, the man himself.
We were just about to make a start on that sword.
It's funny, but none of this... You remember Camille? We'll be using his leatherwork for the grip. The steel, meanwhile, will be tempered in a fire, burning the cinders you charmed out of old Zoltan here. And that whetstone from the Outer Isles? That'll be what gives the blade its edge. And the final flourish will be my talented colleagues' engraving.
A team effort.
Now, save that talk to the things fit. Right.
To the bellow.
bugger. The sword to end all sword.
Thank you.
So, does this make you pair the greatest?
This? It'll take more than that to earn us our plate, but we're up for the challenge.
A list of material.
Zoltan and I got talking on the long road, but
We reckon with those items there, we could craft something even better.
That's a weapon I'd like to see.
I was hoping you'd...
One legend at a time, eh, lads?
Good idea. No more drinking to forget my past. It's about time.
Then tap the kegs! Vulcan's boy!
Trouble with your gear, or... I never thought if it... What's saying for you, dear?
The stew's awfully thin these days.
What do you expect? Farmers are abandoning their fields and traders over
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them. It's a wonder they can still walk.
How was she? The Enterprise?
Don't tell me.
Oh no. I'm working on bringing it's got a reverberatory hood over the top for additional thermo amplification. And let's just say it gets very blimmin' hot. Only mithril engines get hotter. And you can't chuck ore in one of them and get metal out the other end. Trouble is, we won't be able to make out of any old rubbish neither. And I hear you once helped Helena get her hands on exact...
If it's for the good of the hideaway.
Oh.
So,
we've got a couple of examples here.
more fallen, so this smelter is similar to the mithril engine in more ways than one.
That's right. They're a bit like the thermal helms. Fallen, and what's more, they're directional, transferring heat from the inside to the outside. But these things, they're all outside. If we line the hood with them, they'll reflect the heat right back into the furnace. We've collected as many as we can, and I know where we can get
Have
the
fun,
rest.
Thomas. Thanks for staying tuned.
So you want me to visit some ruins, destroy some echoes, and bring back the spheres they're guarding?
That's it in a nutshell, yeah. We're only 3 short, mind. And we know exactly where they are. There's one up Amber Way, in that ruin that they call Lost Plume, and another in the Silent South, over in Dalmecchia. Last one is in a ruin...
All right, then.
Will do.
With Canva in the hands of Akashic, we'll need to find another port. Preferably one as well hidden as the Isles.
How do you split the sea?
I was wondering when next you'd visit. I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before. There is a rather fascinating excerpt I've been meaning to show you. What subject shall we consider today?